AI has been one of the biggest unlocks for my realtor clients. Previously, it would have taken hours to put together market reports and lead magnets, sifting through the MLS, putting together data, and a healthy dose of headache. But now, in the AI era, you can use a few simple tools that can put together lead magnets in just a few minutes. And in this video, I'm going to show you the exact process that I use for my real estate clients. Just to start off, how to actually prompt the AIs, it's extremely important to understand that engineering techniques or prompts are important. Some people will exacerbate the situation and make it sound like it's the do-all, save-all. If you know how to prompt properly, you're good. You don't need, there's not some secret wizard hack on how to actually prompt, things. There are just some good basic guidelines that you can follow that will increase the accuracy of your results. So just a couple tips here. Using, specific role prompts like you're a world's class condo seller report writer. This basically gives it an objective. It puts it in the perspective of someone who knows what they're doing. You can add urgency and importance qualifiers like my job depends on this, to ensure that the AI knows it's important. You can include false but motivating context. So like my sellers will be paying $10,000 for this lead magnet that I'm making. Even though you're only providing it for free, it needs to understand the magnitude at which this lead magnet's going to be for the customers, right? And you're going to want to set clear accuracy parameters. So you want to say within the prompt, only include verified data. And the last thing that's really important is to explicitly instruct the AI not to hallucinate information or bring in irrelevant topics. So here's just a quick lead magnet builder prompt that you can use for your business right now. This is a pretty good prompt that you can use to essentially, put into your deep research. So design 5 high converting landing pages for my business using these details. Insert your statement, niche, insert your target audience / market. You want to have content pillars, list the 3 to 5 main topics you teach and share. And then you're going to want to say something like for each lead magnet, provide a compelling title, format, 3 to 5 key components you want, why your audience will want it, how leads are working with you. Create lead magnets that are quick to consume, easy to implement, solve one specific problem, deliver a quick win, promise clear value, and keep everything at an 8th grade reading level. This is actually important. For a prompt, you want to make sure that the reading level is something that almost every American can read. People aren't going to be mad that you're not using sophisticated vocabulary unless you're using a really exquisite luxury product. Keep it simple. You want it to resonate. So for an example today, I'm just going to be walking you through how I actually would go about creating a lead magnet. So we're going to use a market report prompt. Essentially, you're a world-class niche report writer. Generate me a market report for niche in area. So we're going to take this and we're essentially going to throw this into Perplexity here. And why I actually already did this because the deep research feature takes about like 15 to 20 minutes in order to work sometimes. It can be anywhere from 5 to like 25 minutes, to be honest. But I just did this to save some time, and you can do this for yourself. I promise you, this isn't like script. This isn't like screenshotted or anything. As you can see, this is the actual model. All I said is you're a world-class land report writer. Generate me a market report for land properties in Scottsdale, Arizona, for someone who's basically looking for buyers for land that they have. This would be a great prompt. So essentially, all it did is it created a Scottsdale land market report for this month, April of 2025. Essentially, it just broke down the current market overview, the inventory analysis, price trends and market dynamics, all this kind of fun stuff. If you're not in this niche, probably not that interesting to you, so we'll move on. But all I did is essentially I took all of this information, copied it, threw it into ChatGPT here, and essentially I said, refine this and make it into a lead magnet for me to import into Gamma. Use 8th grade language, like I said before. And then I just put the colon, and then I basically just pasted all of it in, and it created me a more refined Scottsdale land market report for April 2025. And then all it did was it basically said what's happening right now, the current market snapshot, why is Scottsdale land valuable, what is the highest demand, inventory and availability, what's driving the market, all this kind of stuff. So you see it broke it down, kind of made it more digestible for the average reader to consume and stuff like that. I finally then brought it into Claude to just basically make this sound more human. So I just basically literally copied all of this, and then I just told Claude, make this sound more human, pasted it in, and I got this as the result. As you can see here, Scottsdale land market report, the hot market right now, why Scottsdale land keeps breaking records. You see it's kind of using, more exaggerated language, more lead magnet worthy language. Where buyers are fighting hardest. As you can see, it's using that like intense language. The inventory squeeze, what's fueling this frenzy, the investment opportunity, the risks you should know, tips for sellers, tips for buyers, crystal ball, the market outlook. It makes it more humanistic and fun, right? And this is actually, pretty important. You don't want things to sound just generic and basic, right? You want it to sound like you. You can obviously tailor this to sound more like you. You can basically just have a conversation with the AI. The more prompts you give it, it'll refine it even more. I would use Claude for that and make it sound more like you. From there, you then, to actually create the lead magnet itself, throw it into Gamma. Gamma is where I host all of my lead magnets, and essentially what you can do is it can literally build out the entire lead magnet for you. So let me show you how this works. So you just copy this. You would go into Gamma here. Basically, you would go to gamma.app/create. You're going to want to click on the create with AI option, paste in text. And as you can see here, you're just going to leave on presentation. You can leave this on default, click continue. And then essentially, I just leave it on the basic settings, to be honest with you. And then we can leave it on 8 cards, like eight simple steps, for example. And then basically from here, now you're just going to want to click on continue. So you can pick a theme for this. For this, let's just use something that looks kind of aesthetic. For example, this one. This is pretty cool. I like that it's got red, Arizona with the sand and all that kind of stuff. Red would be pretty cool looking, especially if your business colors are red. That would be even better. We're just going to click generate and watch how it basically just works. So I'm just going to give it a second. Scottsdale Land Market report, April 2025. And just a quick caveat while this is creating this. Some of these AI images are just not good. So you're going to want to replace most of these with your own images. As you can see here, the images aren't the best. It's hit or miss with these. Sometimes it can create cool looking animations. Right here, this is kind of cool. But, some of these AI images are just kind of strange. All right, so now that it's done, basically I can delete this. And essentially, as you can see here, all of it just built out an entire lead magnet all ready for you and all completely done. So I like this one, actually. It looks really good. I'm just going to click hide. And as you can see here, some of the images like this one, not good. Didn't even say Scottsdale correctly. You can honestly just replace this with your own images. That's what I would recommend. It's one caveat that has to, that it's pretty common with AI. However, as you can see here, some of these images are pretty cool. So, as you can see, these animations and as far as like the way that it structures it, it makes it very interactive and very easy to consume and all that kind of stuff. So basically from here, all you need to do now is you can send this as a PDF. You can send the link of this actual document to people directly. I typically just recommend exporting it as a PDF. So you just click these here. You can click export to PDF, and you're basically all scot-free. That's all I've got. I hope this was valuable, and I'll see you in the next one.